Welcome to day 4 of Scoobytober. Yep, today we are talking about another one of my favorite movies from Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School. So, this movie actually is interesting. I like how this is like a boarding. He thinks he's going to a boarding school. In fact, he is. And he thinks it's just a regular boarding school. Well, it turns out that this is a boarding school for monsters. You know, this is probably one of my all-time favorite movies, besides The Well-Elected Werewolf, where they show all the classic monsters, like Frankenstein's monster, Dracula. They do have the werewolf in there. And then, and you know, they have the ghosts. Have a ghost in there. Now, I know I said in the past I don't like Scooby-Doo with regular monsters. But just like the Elected Werewolf, they toned down most of the monsters. For example, the monsters actually do not want to hurt Shaggy or Scooby. Anyway, so, okay, they do, but anyway. Shaggy goes to his school, this haunted place. It kind of reminds me of the Addams Family house, except it's not. It's a boarding school. And in this boarding school, the monsters' kids are learning to be actual monsters. But they're reformed. So I don't remember her name, but there is this witch who wants to turn their kids into actual monsters. And she has a special brew that will turn them from good little monsters into, what else? Evil monsters. So we got Dracula, we got the Mummy, we got Frankenstein's monster, we got the ghost, we got the werewolf. All of them, she wants to turn bad. Because, you know, if I remember, I think they retired. The older monsters, they've retired. They don't want to scare people. They don't want to hurt people anymore. But, I'll get to this in a minute. They do want to make sure their kids are safe. And I'll get to it, and I'll get to what happens later on in the movie here in a minute. So Shaggy, Scooby, Scrappy, and again it's the same gal from the Elected Werewolf, drive up to this school, and Shaggy's like, oh, I don't know, this looks like some kind of like haunted house. And lo and behold, it's a haunted house. But it's a haunted house that's a reform school for monsters. And like I said, they have all the classic monsters. I don't remember all the names. I think one is named Winnie. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, there is one person in this whole movie, besides Scooby, Shaggy, and Scooby-Doo, and their friend, that is actually normal, and that is the headmaster. She's normal. So, anyway, you know, they do all kinds of good things. They build stuff. They do things like you would do in school, okay? They do events. And they even have a dance. at the end of the semester, that's when this bad guy comes up with the idea to turn them evil, to capture them all and turn them evil. And she does capture them all, and the dads and moms are like, you better get our kids back or there's going to be trouble. Obviously, they're going to do something that Shaggy and Scooby and Scrappy Doo and everybody else would not like, which might be hurting them. But this isn't because they want to hurt them because they're bad. They want to hurt them because it's their kids. If you were, going to take that, if you had kids, wouldn't you want them to be safe? So, Shaggy, Scooby, Scrappy-Doo, and the girl all go to the house, to this witch's place, and it's funny because Shaggy sees his werewolf self, but it's a different form, and he switches places with him, and Scrappy-Doo is like, this isn't Shaggy, something's off. And Shaggy comes back out. I don't remember how he gets out, but in the end, they finally, stop. I think her name is Hilda. I don't remember. You guys can quote me on that. But somehow, someway, oh, by the way, they have a pet spider. And see, it even helps them out. So, what happens? What else happens in a Scooby-Doo movie or a Scooby-Doo episode? Scooby and Shaggy, Scrappy-Doo, and everyone messes it up in a good way to where they aren't bad. The monsters don't become bad, and it overloads the potion that she makes. And, they end the movie with, hey, you guys going to come back? And they're like, oh, no, we're not going to come back for another semester. But the cool part is, towards the end of the movie, they're driving away, and they're looking back, and they didn't even do this at the beginning of the movie because, obviously, they're cynics, sir. And they tell them, they say, why don't we give them the howl? And they end the movie with that. It's a good movie. If you guys have not seen Ghoul School, I'm telling you, it is one of the best Scooby-Doo movies besides The Reluctant Werewolf. My next review will be after tomorrow, which is going to be my top 10 cameos in Scooby-Doo movies and Scooby-Doo and cameos for Scooby-Doo in other cartoons. I'll see you guys tomorrow with that. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys on the next video. Keep watching more Scooby-Doo, Scoobytober.